Hello, and thank you for finding interest in From the Ashes, my new coaching program. It's something that I've been working on for a really long time now and have had multiple variations of sharing this wisdom to people. And it's so incredibly inspiring and powerful to see people go through these transformations, and even myself. This is a process that I have created through my own experience. It's something that I'm constantly going through. A 9-step process that the archetype of the death and rebirth process that we all go through on a moment to moment basis and on a long term lifespan basis of each breath is an inhale and an exhale. So each moment there is a death and a rebirth that occurs. And weekly, daily, the rising of the sun, the death and rebirth, it's written into every single aspect of life. Where there's life, there's death, and when there's death, there's life. When we can recognize that the death isn't actually bad, and the more that we embrace it and allow it and accept it and see how it's actually supporting life, death is supporting life, and how they're so intertwined and intermingled together. This whole process is about looking into you, seeing where we can allow you to embrace the death process that you're in right now, and the letting go and the shedding of old skin in order to expand and open up into the new version of yourself that is here waiting for you to meet it. So I wanted to go through each day of our 9 days of sessions. We start off by setting the tone. I really want to get to know you. I want to understand where you're at in your life. I want to really understand what your vision is, what your goals are, what is it that you desire to feel in your life. So we're going to be really visualizing a lot and also tuning into the emotion that is really driving that desire in the first place. And that's step 2 is we start building a foundation of understanding the divine masculine and the divine feminine within us, particularly around the divine mother and the divine father within us. There's constantly these two voices in the back of our head, and we'll get into the child as well, which is our most authentic nature and expression. But we first have to work with those inner mother and father dialogues and really change the narrative of what that is saying, so that we can then create a supportive environment that is going to bring nutrients and life to our most authentic creation, which is the child. Going into step 3 is now dive into the depths and the emotional aspect, coping mechanisms and habits and all the crunchier things that we have been holding on to suppress these lack of feeling these things that we desire. We then get to start looking at those and diving in and embracing, allowing, accepting, and loving this part of ourselves. The death has gotten us to where we are to be reborn again. So we must honor it. We must honor mother within us. We must honor the shedding and the letting go, because that is sacred as well. We come here with nothing and we leave with nothing. This physical reality is constantly changing. There's constantly things that we're letting go of, and then constantly things that we're receiving as well. And so we really will dive into the core wounding that is around the cycle that you're in currently. There's layers and layers and layers and layers and layers that we get to uncover within ourselves. Understanding that I'm constantly going through cycles. Just as the moon, there's constant phases and cycles, and it repeats itself, but it's never the same. It's always changed and it's always different. We've just gone through this death process. We've just purged. We've just embraced a childlike aspect of ourselves for the first time in so long. Those shadows are just protective mechanisms that we have induced into our lives to cope with our experience. We get to alchemize it, we get to change it, we get to transform it and allow it to be the thing that allows us to grow and blossom into the next version of ourselves. Begin supporting and uplifting ourselves into the next form of our creative expression. A huge part of this is breaking those old habits, seeing them fully with your complete loving awareness, so that we can alchemize it and burn it away, just as the phoenix does. The phoenix burns away its old self in order to become the new, in order to rise again. So we then get to change our internal operating system. We get to change the belief systems that we hold around ourselves and around the world around us. Ironically, the new operating system within us is actually just a reflection of the old operating system. We get to start embracing, you know what? I don't have to believe this. I can believe something else that is more beautiful and expansive and allows me to feel deeper in peace within myself. So it's about alchemizing that old story that we were telling ourselves into a new story. Change your story, change your life. And when you can change that internal dialogue, we get to start creating actions and steps forward through love and new prosperity and growth and creativity and expressiveness of our authentic nature. And that is the blossoming. So that is the 9 steps that we will be going together. So if this is something that is really being called to you, you're looking for a supportive space to help you alchemize these beautiful shadows and honor them, accept them, love them, embrace them, so that you can then gracefully let them go, so that then you are open to receive the new, as we get to embody the new that we want to become. I'm really excited for this, and I'm so excited to work with each one of you guys. There's a little bit more information down below if you want to check out the broken down days and what we'll be working on together. And you can then schedule a 15-minute call to where we can talk and I can see where you're at. You can ask any questions, and I would love to work with you. I appreciate you and thank you for all of your time. I hope you have an incredible day. Bye.